Well, what kind of shocked me was I didn't know why Daryl kept insisting that I come. I told him no problem. But then once I get in the office, and then all of a sudden you guys walk in and I'm looking around. What's going on here now? I'm a retired assistant fire chief. After 32 years of it, everybody said, what are you going to do with yourself? A lot of people was encouraging me to go into politics. Probably could have been a pretty good politician. But again, when I see what production I'm getting out of working with these kids versus making promises that sometimes you can't keep as a politician, I went on ahead and keep on working with these kids, and my wife was happy with that.
Well, you can always tell when somebody kind of comes to you for their interest and personality and what they're going to do. He was one of those that always put the child first.
He never really yells. He doesn't get like upset on the bench. He's always calm and under control. I like that. Most coaches, they get kind of fired up and they're like running on the court. He's always kind of calm, cool, and collected.
He's actually trying to give these kids the opportunity to go to another level. Not try to make the NBA, but go to another level, go to college, go to D1, D2, or D3 school. And not just that, you got kids in the community that really never been outside of this community. And if they make FIB 18, we go like to Fort Wayne, Indiana, California, different places during the summer to broaden their knowledge on if you apply yourself in your school and make good grades, you can go beyond Florence, beyond Columbia. There's a big world out there, and he's actually giving them opportunity to see something different.
So far, we probably had about 60 seniors that went to our club. That 50 of them got either full or partial scholarships. So we know it's working. That's kind of why I'm still in the middle of this, because I see what it's doing. I mean, if it was just to play basketball, I don't know if I would continue to follow this journey, so to speak. But when I can see the production that's happening out of it, where the kids are going to college, graduating, some coming back, working in the community, all of my coaches now are former players.
Like on and off the court, like in school, I try to keep my grades right. He encouraged me to keep my grades right. I used to be slacking sometimes, but now I understand like you can't go nowhere without grades and stuff. And like me I'm still improving on my grades, and that's it.
He stayed down, so it's always good that you have someone that has that kind of interest that will stay when their children are not involved. And he was one of two folks at that time period that we had that did not coach their children, to stay with the younger kids because he thought it was important what he was teaching at that time period, worked with them in that aspect, and stayed with a number of years in the rec programs when we first started the program over at Moore Junior High School at that time. And that's kind of how he got started. And he had the knowledge as far as when he started. But the main thing is through a personality, and you can tell through discussions and talking with folks and whatnot. And then you just have to see him on the court. You have to see him in action. And it was quick to notice with him of what his intent was and what he was trying to teach the kids. If you go to a practice, if he spent so much individual time with each child, it wasn't throwing them out there and let's go do whatever else. He'd take individually time equally with every child, trying to teach them fundamentals of the game or teaching them the things that would make them successful in what he was doing in that program.
But then I started watching the kids get older, and I seen where a lot of them needed an outlet. Okay, and I seen where there was opportunity for those kids to get scholarships through their skills. And once I learned how that worked, I said, well, I got to continue with this because there are several kids that I knew that wasn't in my club, but played on the high school level, and here it is, it's time for them to graduate. And they have no looks, they don't know what school they're going to, and their parents are scrambling. And I said, okay, what I need to do is, the high school can only do all they can do during the high school year. But what's going on during the spring and summer, I said what I need to do is go ahead and try to grab as many of these kids as I can, and I encourage a lot of the other clubs to do the same, and start hosting showcase tournaments, things of that nature, and taking them to showcase tournaments. And not just in my club, but a lot of kids throughout the, throughout the PD have gotten full or partial scholarships because we got them playing on the club circuit.
Because he's doing the right thing. Carlos is about the kids. If it was kind of any other way, I would have been gone. When my kid graduated 4 years ago, I could have left. He said, stay on and give me a hand with it. I said, okay, because I saw he was doing the right thing. It was about the kids. So that's why I'm still here. And that's why I still have his back, because it's about the kids.
He's given me like values of being a leader and showing people what to do and expected a lot from me. He's made me grow from a person standpoint.
He pushes to go hard all the time. He tries to to build up men instead of boys.
Well, it's a couple of things I say to him, whether it's on the club circuit or the high school circuit, is treat people like you want to be treated. That's one thing I always tell them. And I always tell them hard work. It's not going to just happen for you. It takes hard work. You got to be truly committed. I always got a little saying that I say to the kids just before we break. I say, put your hard hats on, grab your lunch pails, and do what? And everybody say, go to work.
He's got me ready for colleges, my grades. He emphasizes that, makes sure we have good grades, get in schools. He gets us in front of people, and then we also just have fun.
It's almost like dropping a seed in the ground, and then something sprouts up, and all of a sudden you look up, there's a tree. It's a great experience.
He rotated his players like we try to do with the kids and taught them to do, and he stayed with that rotation. If that meant his players that were not necessarily as skilled and people were upset why your best players were not in, well, he didn't take those out and put them in. He got those kids their playing time. He understood what he was trying to accomplish in the long run of their goals and where they're trying to be, not what's happening right now as a 6-year-old.
And one of the things we tell our coaches, you have to be a father to some of these kids. They're your kids. You have to be a father to them. Because some of them don't have fathers.
But people would be surprised that kids had never even left Florence. Then all of a sudden, you got them staying in Miami, Florida, or Memphis, Tennessee, Atlanta, Washington. I mean, I just marvel at when we're taking the van rides or the bus rides and just look at some of them for the first time, how they just sucking it all in. You know, I mean, it's special. It's special. I had a lot of people in my corner for it. I mean, just the city as a whole, the mayor. I mean, just friends that realize what we're doing. Florence School District 1 has been fantastic because they had always opened their gyms to us. And that's the only way we were able to go ahead and carry on what we're doing. Private schools like Trinity, they gave me a key to their building. It's heartwarming to know that when you go to people about kids, they don't say no. And so this medallion, it's more about the group that's around me, the ones that supported me. That's what that's about. And I'm proud of it because of these people, not because I got the award, because it's their award. I'm just gonna put it in my trophy case.